Second quarter, still it is 7-point lead for the Tanduay Rum makers. The Gilbeys Gin Tonics had to come back from an 11-point deficit and have to work harder in defense. Massey being provided a screen there by Ed Ducut hitting it. And that's just a 5-point lead. The fast break play in the offing again for the Tanduay Rum team. Again, they set it up. Oh, traveling violation by Melton. Very clear.
Well, that was one time that Melton did not complain, didn't bat an eyelash. As a matter of fact, his face did not crack up.
Well, if you notice the sour look on his face sometimes, I think it's because of the intensity, It's helped the team come along. But they had that poor 6-game losing streak going for them, and they're trying to get back on track.
Here is Gutierrez. He'll try to go for that running shot.
You follow this guy, no? He's a pretty good player, Bill.
Gutierrez?
Yeah.
Yes, except that in this Open, of course, he's not used much because you can only use 3 locals at a time. And he plays forward, and usually it's the backcourt locals that have most of the playing time.
That's true.
And the other local should be a big guy, so that he can also take on one of the imports to keep the other import in his team out of foul trouble.
Once upon a time, Andy, many years ago, just because it is Bill Warren, that is his name, he was the great superstar import in Paco.
Yes, Bingo, in those days, of course, we used to play in gravel courts, in these public schools. In those days, too, we were using rubber balls. And today, of course, a lot of basketball is being played with rubber balls, and
Bilbao.
and even in sidewalks and blocked off alleys, you can see basketball backboards hung up on a light post.
There
we have Andy.
Some statistics there. Not very high percentage shooting by both of the squads in the first quarter. Massey with a 3-point shot there. 46% for Tanduay, 42 for the Gilbeys Gin Tonics. We have a substitution here earlier. Herrera came in for General Lau, and Freddie Webb making the matchup, sending in Frankie Lim for Mike Bilbao.
And both coaches are trying to outthink and outfox each other. We have Joseph in the wings. Wise quickly to Gutierrez, 2 steps ahead.
Yes, a very good receiver. Likes to run down the middle. That's Gutierrez and Sanchez almost have the same style. They like to go down the middle and wait for the outlet passes there.
9:50. That is the time here in the second quarter.
Good shot there by Jackie Dorsey. Has a total of 14 points right now.
Well, what is peculiar, Andy and Bill, in the second quarter, only the imports of Gilbeys scoring. And you have Dorsey now 14 points, 10 coming from Massey. On the part of Tanduay Rum, in the second quarter, it is only the local scoring. Gutierrez 4 points, and then another hit from Yango. Now it's only now that Melton, the import, scoring.
If you notice Melton, he likes to tiptoe and then fake you off and then throw up that shot there from the back of the head a little bit there. But he's done that over a lot of imports. They always seem to bite into his fake. Good play there by Steve Watson. One-on-one play. Did it very well, got a foul, has a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, it was written all over his face. He really wanted to get that basket. He had that confidence. He knew he could take Gutierrez, so he was inching backwards. Faked a little bit to the right and then shot it. Now he has this opportunity for a 3-point play. And reviewing the performance of Steve Watson, the first time that these ball clubs met, he had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and no errors. 1 shot block to his credit. Low posting is Wise. Right behind him, it is Massey. Watch him go. He will bring it in.
Yes. Massey left his feet there, and that was all Wise needed to go in through the baseline. An 8-point lead for the Tanduay Rum makers. They've been controlling the ball game the first quarter and a half.
Sure, I heard you, Andy, and also Bill regarding the stamina of a squad. Good long range from Joseph Herrera, but I get the impression observing Gilbeys Gin Tonics that after Thursday's 3 overtime, they look beat, tired a little bit.
They should be. 63 minutes is not a joke.
No doubt, but they'll come back. This team always comes back.
They have a good finishing kick.
Oh, yes. They, which is something that all the basketball fans look forward to, really, because when a game is tight and it's played well by both squads, it's worth the time and the effort to come out here and watch the game.
Both of the teams hitting their outside shots and their inside penetrations. Melton again doing it over Dorsey. And this time he really got help from the locals.
Well, he seems to have his confidence very high against Dorsey and tries his best to handcuff him. But Dorsey is a very tricky player. And we have Watson bubbling and trying to go for it. We have a turnover.
3-second violation. Watson could not control the ball, lost it for a while, picked it up. And his partners were caught for the 3-second violation.
Right now, it is an 8-point game being enjoyed by Tanduay Ram. Their biggest lead was 11 points. Score then, first quarter, was 17-6. Inside to Frankie. Yango gets it.
Frankie and JB have been playing with each other for so long, they know each other's movements. They go all the way back to Sambeda and to the amateur team of the Eco Tanduay squad.
Here is Massey. Top of the key. It is Joseph offline. Melton now pulling down his fourth rebound quickly to Yango, bouncing it to Gutierrez.
Beautiful play there by Tanduay. They're running so well. They're executing the fast breaks perfectly.
Yes.
And Gutierrez knocking in 6 points, all happening here in the second period with 6:30 to go.
The Gilbeys Gin Tonics were surprised finally last year in the 82 Open, and they lost to Toyota 3 straight, but still it's a great feat for them entering the finals. But right now their backs are really against the wall.
It is a deliberate foul called against Frankie Lim. That is his third, bringing now Tanduay Ram to the 13th foul, while Gilbeys Gin Tonics is still clean.
Now, Bill, another thing that's been going on is a lot of basketball fans that said that why is Gilbeys really concentrating their output on the two imports? Do you think it's the coaching style or something like that, whatever?
Well, I personally feel that the two imports of Gilbeys have they have the shooting arm, you see, and their chances of scoring percentage-wise, I suppose, is better than if the locals made the attempt. And since an import like Lou Massey, for instance, can easily score even 50 points inside or outside, why not? Although I don't discount that their locals are equal to the task in some situations.
The reason why I said that, Pingo, is because Saldana has been a scorer. He has proven that in the reinforced Filipino. He was even posting up against Norman Black. But his role in the Open has really been something else. He does not score anymore for his team. And right now they're missing the services of Vargas. And here's another guy who has not really been effective in his scoring ability.
Right in front of us, although it's not on your screens, it is Fran Weiss who's doubling up. He seems to be hurt. We have a timeout right now. We'll be right back. Believe it or not, but the Hulk, the incredible Fran Weiss, is hurting, so much so because he was favoring his right leg that Freddie Webb had to rest him, and it's happening with them in the lead by 9 points prior to the Yango free throw, and the time 5:40.
Lazaro had to be sent into the ball game for the indisposed Francois Weiss, who's right now not on the bench. He must have been taken out there, probably with Dr. Ben Salud. He's still there. See what's wrong with him. And Massey might take advantage of this, but good help from Gutierrez from behind. He does the Mike Bilbao thing.
Get possession, giving it safely to Lazaro. Now we have Franklin. There's a cut by Gutierrez. He gets away from traffic. Franklin, and he gets fouled by Generalao before he could take that attempt. It is a second personal foul called against Willie.
Generalao was sent in during that timeout to replace Joseph Herrera. They're working under an 11-point deficit right now. The Tanduay Ram Makers looking very good here in the first half.
Dorsey pulling down his 7th rebound. 5-2. Low posting is Teddy Saldana. He can sky.
See, that's the play that I wanted to see, Bill. I've seen him do that against Norman. Remember in that playoff between Gilbeys and Great Taste for the right to meet the Redmanizers?
Yes.
He pumped in more than 28 points in that playoff game.
Now, when Terry gets that ball in the keyhole area, that's his favorite. And you can be sure that his percentage there is better than average.
Well, Terry Saldana has contributed 4 points at this point in time, aside from 3 rebounds, 2 and 1, and we have a 15-foot shot coming from Jack Dorsey, who's top scoring. 21 points now to his credit. Time is 4 and 20. There's a cut by Frankie Lim. Good pass from Lazaro.
And he and Ralao had to apologize to Turing Valenzuela. His eyes were on the ball and not on his man, and the guy moved without the ball.
Chutz Costas, division manager of Metro Drug, has heard so much about Doña Nenas and looking forward to going there. He has heard about the Albert famous wet paella. Oh, beautiful pass.
Saldana with a give me.
And definitely for exquisite dining and relaxing atmosphere, come to Doña Nenas at Ansa Street, corner Makati Avenue. You'll probably see Chutz Costas there one of these days.
7-point lead for the Tanduay rum makers. The Gilbeys Gin Tonics trying to make hay while the sun is shining, because Wise will not probably return until maybe the second half.
Wow. Now the turnover here and the foul on Lazaro. Well, you've got to credit Watson for his hustle. Personal foul called against Lazaro. We have a substitution. Yango being rested by Freddie Webb.
For Big Sanchez.
The banger.
The banger going up against Saldana. Saldana having 4 straight points for himself there. Now going to have to contend with a guy that can defend and use his body. Oh, but Dorsey is going to town.
Well, he made 10 points in the first quarter. Now in this second quarter, he's pumped in an additional 13 for a total of 23.
Well, with Wise out of the game, Pingoy, Gilbeys will definitely try to catch up, you know, and you can see the scores right now. They're only down by 5 points, and here comes Gilbeys again.
Absolutely right, and they know whom to go to. As a matter of fact, even Massey is waiting for Dorsey to get back in place. And Massey, he's happy with only 1 basket here in the second quarter. So far, he made a total of 8, and we have a foul. It'll probably be called against
Melton.
Foul Melton.
the first personal foul on Melton. We have a timeout. Join the panel, join the guessing game as to who will be our Magnolia Ice Cream Best Player of the Game. Your guess might be the right one, and find out immediately after this game is over.
What's the flavor of the month, Kings?
It is a super one, and this month of October, it is the chocolate and chip. Mouth-watering.
Dorsey splitting his charities. They're cutting down the lead of the Tanduay Ram makers to only 4 points. 2 minutes and 44 seconds. The Tanduay Ram now slowing the pace of the ball game. You know, they know that without Francois Weiss, it's going to be a handicap, so they're really trying to slow it down.
Here is Melton. Heavy shoulders.
Yes. Good turnaround shot there by George Melton. Carrying on the cudgels very well. Alone as a lone import right now.
You know, Melton is delivering. He's got 17 points, pulling down 7 rebounds, 4 and 3. Only 1 personal foul, but Dorsey is super hot.
Well, there's a missed shot there by Dorsey coming. Fast break play for Frankie Lim. He looks behind, makes the easy layup shot.
You know, in spite of the fact that Frankie Lim is carrying 3 personal fouls, Freddie Webb goes to him because he knows he can take care of the point.
Yes, and definitely he has an advantage over Willie Generalao. He stands about 3 inches taller than Willie, so that should be an advantage for him. And I think he's as quick as Willie.
Massey getting away 1 step from Lazaro, but Lazaro attacks him from behind. That is now the 3rd personal foul called against Lazaro, bringing Tanduay Ram to the 16th foul.
Outside shot by Steve Watson, and he gets the ball to fall for him. Good break for Steve Watson in that play.
Well, Watson is getting visible here in the second quarter. He's pumped in all of his 5 points in the second period. He's trying to contain Gutierrez. Frank Lim looking for the open man. Here is Lazaro, covered by Massey. Oh. Amazing, amazing.
What do you call that kind of a shot there? It's a scoop shot, but with a little body Englisher and leaning on Lou Massey in that play.
It is 57 for Tanduay Ram, 49 for Gilbeys Gin Tonics. Generalao is open.
This match is going to be as close as the match that we had on our delayed telecast there, and I'm sure you'd not like to miss the interview that we had with Coach Edo Campo of the Toyota Super Coloras at the start of the ball game.
Well, looking over at the bench of Tanduay Rum, we noticed that Francois White just checked back. He's sitting with his teammates. However, the right leg is bandaged under the basket.
Oh,
Shot
good
block
block
from
by
Melton.
George Melton. You know, Terry Saldana was free for more than 3 seconds there. He did not get the pass, and Massey gave it to him a little bit too late. The defense had already been set up.
It is a 6-point game being enjoyed by Tanduay Rum. Time is 30 seconds before the end of the first half. Massey on Lazaro. He's not going to do that the second time on me.
That's right. Massey's now serious about his defense, you know.
A fallout
Yes.
from Ray Lazaro. That's short.
Massey had a piece of that ball there.
Here is Watson.
Going for a 3-point play there.
Foul, Lim.
Plus a foul from Frankie Lim. That's his fourth.
This may force the hand of Freddie Webb. Frankie Lim, a very important point guard for Tanduay Ram, now carrying 4 personal fouls. And here is Watson shining in the second quarter, looking for his 8th point.
Let's not forget, however, a guy like Bert Del Rosa, who's not seen action here in the first half. He's a guy that can score also.
Oh, he's one of the favorite Minutemen. He can respond, hit you 3 or 4 times in a row.
Only 2 seconds left. Lazaro must throw it up from the outside.
So at the end of the first exciting 24 minutes,